This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Hate Story 4 is here in a franchise I'm really looking forward to. Very pleased to welcome Vishal Pandya on the show. How are you, buddy?
Thank you so much. I'm good. How have you been?
Excellent. And the beautiful Urvashi, how are you?
I'm good. Urvashi Rautela.
Rautela, man.
Yeah.
So you have to tell me about this choreography thing. I mean, I've been seeing it on Insta. It looks really cool.
Oh,
and I believe it's called something in particular. What is it called?
Yes, it's called heels choreography. So heels choreography is a kind of a choreography which is done especially in heels, like pencil heels of like 5 inches, long pencil heels, and you have to kind of maintain your center of gravity and your balance. That is how it's done. So yeah, this is something a very new concept in India. We have done it for the very first time in Bollywood and in Hate Story 4. So yes, the kind of reviews we are getting, it's amazing.
And did you go to the UK to train? Yeah?
Well, actually, I do more than 11 different dance forms. But luckily, we just trained here in Mumbai because we had no time.
And I noticed that in the videos, there are some of the dancers who are with you.
Yeah.
So does that mean they trained you, or are they also part of the troupe which knows this form of dancing?
No, they are the dancers who are in the video. So that's a rehearsal which we did together.
Lovely. And this is a big pressure situation. It's not easy for any director to come off the back of a successful franchise. Yeah. Is there a little bit of nervousness, or are you just so confident on the product that you made that it's going to work?
Confident. The only thing I'm just confident that we have made a good project. The film is looking good. That's the only thing. But I'm not overconfident. But yes, now we are feeling good because the response we are getting for the trailer, the songs is just amazing. We were expecting it, but actually not so much. But right now, what we are getting it like we have crossed almost 40 million views.
Yeah.
For the song.
That's because you didn't have Urvashi in the earlier ones.
Yeah, can be. But just waiting for the Friday now.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, and happy with the. Actually, more than anything, I'm very happy with the comments what I'm getting. When you read the comments, it's just not about the view. It's also about the comments when people see the song, people see the trailer, what they have to say, and it's coming very positive.
Vishal, Mithun has been a constant factor over the last 3 hate stories that you've done, and here again you've used him. Of course, we don't find the Malik brothers, Amar and Amal. So Mithun and you buddies. Does he understand where you're coming from in terms of musically?
See, actually, this time now, I'm very happy you have asked me this question for Mithun actually, because generally he takes a lot of time, to create a good song. If it's an album, then he's take a really, really good time. But what had happened for Hate Story 4, when we had a meeting, me, Mithun and Manoj Muntisha were just sitting and we were discussing, and we were supposed to be Bhushanji later. So I just narrated him the situation, and it was the first time I was just narrating him the situation. He was sitting looking at me and he started, humming something. So I like, hey, Miko, this is good. Miko, this is for. Wait. And at the very same moment, he was humming when we went inside to meet Bhushanji. He was ready with the tune and everything. And within 3-4 days, Manoj sir wrote the lyrics and we were ready with it. And the result, we have come out with the song also, and it has come out mind-blowing.
Yeah, all the songs.
And of course, always Mithun has been engine for all those songs. That's and everything.
Nobody's ever called him an engine. But that's a good one. You're right. He powers it on, right? And the relationship with T-Series is obviously very special because I've been seeing from Gal Ban Gayi to Sanam Re, so it must be like coming back home to family, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, T-Series has always been like a family because I started kind of my career with T-Series. My first film, Songs by were T-Series. My second film with Divya Ma'am, Sanam Re, and then I did Love Do's international music video album with Johannes Singh. That was also by T-Series. Then Gal Ban Gayi and Daddy Mummy. They're like, T-Series has been like a family, and somehow I feel I think our stars really matches.
They align.
Yeah. They alike, and then whatever we do, it just completely crosses 100 million. Be it with Gal Ban Gayi or Love Do's or anything like. I think so. The star matches.
Yeah, and what I like about you is you're not just into the dancing. You're actually passionate about music. I've seen you, in Tomorrowland. I've seen you with Major Ali doing music and things like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I know that you like all forms of music and you're really passionate about it. So you like going to festivals, checking out gigs, sitting into music sessions.
Okay, so I'll tell you. I made my friend Marshmallow. He just came out with one of the songs with Selena Gomez.
You know that he was in Pune.
I know he was there 9th and I couldn't meet him. He was there for the Supersonic Fest.
And you're the only one who knows how he looks without a helmet.
Yeah, you know that. Oh my God. Okay, yes, I know how he looks without the helmet, but that was a big mistake which I did because I wasn't aware about. I've never been to Tomorrowland, but later on I got to know about Mello and we met in a club. But later on when I became friends with him. Later on, I got to know that he is
He's huge.
He's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
He is the EDM king of international world in Hollywood as well, and he has he's really worked hard for it, because earlier he did something else. His name was different, and then his manager got his name changed, and then he had this mask on and all. So then he's doing so amazing in his career, and then Major Early as well. He's a Grammy Award winner. So yes,
And
I'm
you
very
were in
fond of
Beverly
music.
Hills and he was playing the piano and you were hanging around there.
Yes,
Must be
yes,
great
yes.
to see all these musicians at work, right?
Yes, they are so crazy. They work round the clock, and I just love. And first, I love rappers. I just love rapping. So I founded them very talented, Major Ali or Marshmello.
Lovely,
Yeah, yeah.
lovely. And
I also love Justin Bieber and Zayn Malik.
very nice.
Yeah.
That is really the who's who of pop stardom.
I love it. Yeah.
I get the feeling that you grew up on a lot of murder mysteries, because if I look at your career and I see Hate Story 2 and 3 and now this one and Wajah Tum Ho, you're obviously fascinated by that particular genre. So what kind of cinema were you growing up on? I mean, when you were a kid, what were you watching? Were you watching like B.R. Chopra kind of whodunits or Alfred Hitchcock kind of films? What kind of films did you grow up in as a director?
See, actually, I mean, everyone has their own genre. Today, if I talk about Rohit Shetty, he's doing comedy films, action comedy. David Dhawan has his own genre. Abbas Mastan has got his own genre. So for me right now, it's very important that I should set up my genre first, then to jump from, because I'm just 5 films old. I don't want to jump from when I feel I can do a good comedy, I can do that. But right now, I just don't want to do that right now, because what happens if I do write the comic film, if it doesn't work, तो क्या होता है कि अरे यार वो तो उसमें ठीक था करके. So I don't want to do that. I'm very happy doing a thriller film, and today I know the way I do it, I don't see a thriller director right now. After Abbas Mastan, if you name, I need to think about it कि और कौन है कि मैं जिसका नाम दूँ.
That's true.
And रही actually मैंने कोई फिल्म देखी नहीं है. I was not at all fond of watching films.
Wow.
Actually, I literally.
It's like radio presenters who don't like to listen to radio.
And you won't believe, अगर आप बोलोगे कि आपने देखी है तो first thing I say no. Generally what happens, ये फिल्म देखी, अल्फ्रेड हिचकॉक, हाँ. Later I started reading the books and all, but मैंने देखी बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. If you name most of the films, मैं शायद ना ही बोलूंगा कि मैंने देखी नहीं. I literally, and I mean by that, it's not just कि मैं सिर्फ बोल रहा हूँ करके. But of course, I have assisted 18 films with Vikram Bhatt. तो generally it was horror, thriller and everything. But ये भी देखा है कि आप भले assist किसको भी करो, पर flavor आपका ये लास्ट में आता है. You can't say कि इसके साथ किया तो इसलिए आया करके, because what he makes is a different genre, different thriller actually, and what I make is a different thriller and different kind of the style what I have is totally different. But I think best thing is ना आपको कोई इंस्टीट्यूट सिखा सकता है जो आपको एक्सपीरियंस सेट देता है, ऑन लोकेशन देता है, चाहे वो एक्टिंग का हो, चाहे वो डायरेक्शन का हो, और कुछ भी हो. आई थिंक वॉट आप जितने भी पैसे पे कर लो टू एनी इंस्टीट्यूट, आप वो सीख के नहीं आते हो जो आपको ऑन लोकेशन सिखाता है. बिकॉज मैंने बहुत सारे देखे हुए जो इंस्टीट्यूट से आते हैं, सबसे पहले उनका क्वेश्चन होता है, सर हमको सैलरी कितने मिलेगी. भाई हमको तो देखना तो तुमको काम आता है कि नहीं आता है. एंड व्हेन वी से कि गो एंड एक्सप्लेन टू दिस एक्टर, वो कर नहीं सकते हैं, बिकॉज आपको इंस्टीट्यूट कैसे बात करना एक्टर्स के, एवरी एक्टर्स का टेम्परामेंट अलग होता है, एवरी एक्टर के आपको समझाने का तरीका अलग होता है. सो आप एक ही रूम में, दैट्स व्हाट आई फील. आई मस्ट बी टोटली रॉन्ग. आई एम नॉट सेइंग अगेंस्ट एनीवन.
No, but it's interesting you would say this, because one of my questions was, how do you get beautiful, intelligent, sexy girls like Urvashi and Surveen and Zareen to tell them that you're going to do these erotic scenes or sensual scenes? You have to explain to them, and you have to explain to them in the right way so that they don't feel they're going to be shot very cheaply. So is that a tricky situation when you sit down and talk to them?
Yeah, absolutely, because you won't believe, सबसे ज्यादा एक्टर्स तो होते ही है, बट आई फील वेरी, एक होता है जल्दी खत्म करो यार, बिकॉज एक समझाना वो भी एक होता है कि यार आफ्टर वन पॉइंट एक लोग था कि कैसे समझाऊं. एंड आई एम द डायरेक्टर जो मैं गिर के भी मैं एक्शन करके दिखाता हूँ. इवन आई शो लव मेकिंग सीन्स आल्सो.
That'd be funny. Yeah. Was that a worry with you, in the sense that because you are a beautiful, sexy woman, men are going to ask you to do that a lot, saying Urvashi, you have to look sexy, you have to look cool, and this and that. But you must be worried whether it's being portrayed in the right manner on screen with a lot of class. Luckily, Hit Story 4 has a lot of class in it. So is that on your mind? How is this director going to portray it? When are you convinced that he's not going to shoot you cheaply and he's going to shoot you with a lot of class and sensually?
No, that was never a problem, because that should always be a problem before signing the contract.
Yeah,
to be honest, when you're so convinced and when you know about your director's work, obviously I've seen his past films and all, so you know that you're in safe hands, and that's what I felt.
So you obviously saw his movies, then you had a conversation with him, you knew that this is going to go all right.
I'll tell you honestly, I really liked our, how do we call, equation as an actor-director. I will not lie, I haven't seen any of the Hate Stories, but I loved Hate Story 4 script. I loved Tasha's character. I loved what she's doing. I loved, like, how, when you see Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman, she is a, what do we call it? She plays a
prostitute, but she plays, nowhere do you feel cheap.
But at the same point of time, she's also so real, vulnerable. She doesn't know, she's just like, she's so unaware about so many things. She's so ignorant. So I felt that with Tasha's character, I can do something exactly like that. Like, she's vulnerable, but at the same point of time, she's also very dominating, very strong, fierce, and very real. I really liked that mix. And the biggest disappointment for me as an actor is, I don't know why people talk about beauty first and then talent comes later. I really want people to think of any beautiful woman that she can equally act and she is talented. I really do not want, like, when Aashik Banai came first, people were like appraising the first Aashik Banai, which is absolutely fine and it's a very nice song. But then later on, when they're watching it again and again, then they realized, that it's so difficult. It's not that easy to maintain your balance in such high heels and all. Then they got to know that how much of hard work and efforts we have put in the choreography, and there was a lot of efforts. Then later on, they're understanding, and then now they're liking the song.
So with Irhana, I mean, she's new to Hindi cinema in terms of the fact that she's an established Punjabi star.
Absolutely.
But in Hindi cinema, people don't know. Like with Surveen, you knew that she's an established television star.
Yeah.
With Zareen, she's an established movie star.
Yeah.
With her, she's a personality contest queen, she's a model, she's a dancer, and this and that. When did you decide to cast Ihana? Who brought Ihana to your attention?
See, actually, we were looking for a girl because what happens generally, any actor, okay, first they think कि मेरा role कितना है, okay, अच्छा मेरा इतना कम है, I have less scenes तो नहीं है, तो नहीं करना है, but they always ignore the fact it's not about less scene or more scene, it's about how important the scene is. And we met many girls. The only thing it was like नहीं हमारे इतनी ही है यार, यही है करना, और मतलब there is nothing much to do. But only Ihana understood कि कम है, but it's very important. And you won't believe when you see the film, or I mean when the audience will see, the first thing they're going to say क्या उसका कैरेक्टर बहुत ही important है, जब आना चाहिए और जब जाना चाहिए. And the way she has done it, I mean, I'm really thankful to Ihana कि where she said yes for this role, because I mean many of them have said no for various reasons, and maybe she understood and she said yes.
Hey, I just saw a lovely picture of you as your head girl in school. How cool is that?
Oh, head girl in my school. Oh, nice. Thank you so much.
So I had no clue. Everybody knew that you've won so many personality contests. You've been on beautiful lists and this and that. So what do you feel when you look back at that picture?
I look back like I feel accomplished. I actually wanted to become head girl, and I was my principals and my teachers' all-time favorite. And like right since my teenage years, only a lot of responsibility was there on my shoulders as a head girl, or looking after the prefects and looking after the entire school responsibilities, and also playing basketball and with dancings and all, because I was also the head of dancing committee in the college and all. So yeah, it
very
was
impressive. So everything was leading up to the Miss India and Miss Universe, and everything was leading up.
That was a kind of a pressure and force from my friends and family.
But did your parents, I mean, and I've seen pictures of your parents too, they're incredibly cool. They look like this,
Cool.
But was there pressure saying that, you are such a bright student, you're a head girl, you should go on and do some padhai likhai? Was that the thing? Or they just said, listen, you want to do this, you do it? How easy was
They
that?
supported my decisions, and I feel somewhere when I was 14-year-old, they understood that our daughter is getting so many film offers and this is how the life is gonna be. They predicted it much earlier than I could have. So I think that was, and then I stayed in Delhi for a year, and that was just to prove my parents that I am independent, I am strong, and I can live on my own. Yeah.
I'm sure that girl in that picture, the head girl, didn't know that she would be doing movies with Hrithik Roshan and
And Vishal Pandya.
hanging with Marshmallow
Yeah.
and with Vishal Pandya and all those things.
that's
It's wonderful.
true, yeah.
Let's come back to Himesh ji. I mean, you can't have a conversation about Aashik Banaya Aapne without him. He's been incredibly graceful about this whole thing, and he's been so supportive and things like that.
Totally.
Tanishq, again, he's been doing a lot of this genre of work. You didn't think of getting Tanishq to also do an original track other than this version of Aashik Banaya Aapne? Because I noticed that there's that track, and then of course there's Boond Boond, and of course there's correct, which is the third, which is the Mithun track. You didn't think of also getting him to do another original track in the album?
Actually, but the thing was when we give songs, the thing was like we were supposed to it was September. Yeah, we started in September, and Bhushan ji really takes good time for the music. Okay, so I have to tell Bhushan ji 2 months prior कि सर ये गाना है करके. तो only thing what he had to say कि विशाल हमको अगर को देते हैं या किसी को भी 2 सॉन्ग देते हैं, they are going to take good time, and basically more than them I'm going to take a good time टू चूज कि ये सही है गलत है किस तरह से. So that's the reason we decided कि नहीं यार सबको अलग अलग देते हैं. And you know what the best thing happens when you give one song to everyone, they are going to give the best. आप दो तो they know what, चल यार ये mind blowing है तो शायद ये 19-20 चलेगा ना.
That's an interesting perspective.
Yeah,
So
that's,
what-
Instead of
I
getting
never knew
somebody
that.
to do a
So
whole
what
album.
I've realized now when you give songs, what they do कि one song ना मेरा best होगा, one song मेरा best होगा, दो होता ना
That competition
तो
kind of healthy
competition with
competition.
themselves. It's not with anyone else. It's competition with themselves. कि यार one song 5 के बराबर होगा. He thinks one song 5 के बराबर होगा. And for me 5 song is 5 के बराबर.
Hit story for a hit album.
So for me, it's like win-win situation. Of course, that's the reason the songs what we have, Ashik Bana, Boon
Yeah.
Boon Tu Mere, and the other songs which are going to come out. I mean, all songs are like super. But about Tanishq, I want to say one thing. Tanishq, actually, no one is using Tanishq the way they have to. Because वो बंदे को इतनी music की knowledge है. And he, literally, I can see him like futuristic music. And the only thing is like, कहाँ ना कहाँ कोई एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रहा है कि नहीं लेट्स ट्राई. इफ इट डजंट वर्क वो तो है जो हम कर रहे हैं, बट व्हाट द नॉलेज ही हैज गॉट फॉर द म्यूजिक.
It's interesting you would say that because Mohit was saying the same thing to me. Mohit Suri. He
Yeah,
said, this
yeah.
guy is, he's like an encyclopedia of music. Yeah.
Because when I've generally what we do, like obviously music director, कुछ भी हम बता तो they start humming something and टक्कर. But this guy humming भी also ना मिला था, ये कौन सा humming कर रहा है भाई? This humming also is like futuristic humming. So I'm like mind blowing, and I'm thinking he's a super guy, and I would love to work with him again and again. And more than anything, he's a very, very down to earth, very nice guy.
So Urvashi, my memories is because I was in college when Ashik Bana Apne came out, and my memories are taking autos and going to the station and then taking the train to Xavier's and things like that. What are your memories of Ashik Bana Apne?
Memories, nothing. Like I didn't.
You must have been in school. I mean, if I was in college, you must have been in school.
I should have said that. I said that by mistake during my press conference that I was in 6th standard. But I didn't happen to see that song like when I was in 6th standard. I saw it like much later.
Sure.
8th or 9th standard. Yeah.
Yeah, so what are your memories? I mean, did you
Memories
since you
that
were
it was,
head of school dancing, did you dance to
memories
it?
were like that people used to consider it as a like a very erotic song, and that was something which we were not familiar about it, and you cannot watch it with your parents or your family because it was very much like it was high on everything, and you just can't watch it in fact in front of anyone. Forget about your parents or with them, but you can't even watch it in.
I mean, you can hear the audio like I did in an auto.
Yeah, you can't even hear the song.
Now let's talk about the boys. We haven't till this point of time. So Karan and Vivan.
Acha, that boys.
So, and again, that's quite interesting because your movies have, these sensual, beautiful women at the heart of the story, and then there are these, handsome men around them, and there's some kind of plot and intrigue and this and that. Why Vivan and why Karan?
I think every film there's glamour quotient, and I think that's what Urvashi has it, and of course she's playing a supermodel in this. Coming back to Vivan and Karan. It's like actually this role I didn't wanted any kind of a guy जिसने ये रोल पहले किया हुआ. I wanted कि like नहीं, I want to present some guy जिसने ये नहीं किया हुआ. And of course generally ये तब मिलता है from television actually जिसने ऐसा this kind of role नहीं किया होता है. And we're looking on उसमें भी I would say कि we had approached 3-4 actors in this जहाँ पे उनको तो लगा था कि नहीं यार I mean थोड़ा ये चेंज कर सकते हैं क्या, वो कर सकते हैं क्या. And the thing is like स्क्रिप्ट चेंज नहीं हो सकती है, शायद कभी एक्टर चेंज करना पड़े तो ठीक है, because I know कि एक हल्का सा सीन भी आप थ्रिलर में चेंज कर लो, it doesn't look good.
Correct.
And I'm very happy like when I met Vivan for the first time, I just narrated him the plot, and you won't believe I just said that this is the thing before me asking him, what Vivan कैसा है करके, कि I'm doing it. The same thing happened with Karan. Karan को बुलाया, Karan को narrate किया, and he was very happy with it. उनका एक question नहीं था कि can we do this और इसका ऐसा क्यों है, वैसा क्यों है. Everyone knew उनका क्या चल रहा है. During the shooting also, generally, and for me as a director to tell them कि यही है और यही होगा, it's very important.
Yeah.
Generally what happens, I don't know about because I've heard few stories. Director story बता देता है, sometimes it's like ये भी scene है करके. When you are shooting, they say during the script level ना we thought it's not going to work, तो उन्होंने निकाल दिया. तो shooting के time it's and बस बहुत शुरू होता है. In fact, when I met Urvashi also for the narration, I told her कि these are the love making scenes. ये मैं shot लेने वाला हूँ. It's more than anything, ये prepare करना बहुत ज़रूरी है actors को, because ये ऐसी चीज़ है ना कि शायद कोई कंफर्टेबल नहीं होता. एंड फॉर मी ऑल्सो सेट पे जाके ये करना वो करना. सो एक्चुअली जैसे अभी व्हेन आई टोल्ड यू ऑल्सो लाफ, आई शो ऑल माई एक्टर्स द लव मेकिंग थिंग विद माई असिस्टेंट. बट व्हाट हैपेंस समटाइम्स आप इग्नोर करते हो कि नहीं मैं क्यों करूँ, you won't believe, I can literally see actors बहुत uncomfortable feel करते हैं, कर नहीं सकते. The reason आप verbally जितना भी समझा सकते हो, you can say that. But sometimes what happens, the real position of like, you know what, इतना ही करना है. I can't say कि like आपको यहाँ इतना ही करना है, ये ऐसा जाएगा. It's better show. किसको हंसी आती है हंस लेंगे, but I know this is my job. I have to show it.
But so how do you prepare for that? I mean, how do you prepare for a sensual scene? Do you have to snap out of it and say there is work?
There were not many sensual scenes, but the challenging part, I'll tell you, the challenging part was the emotional breakdown scenes. Like there used to be a time when I used to have sleepless nights, and then I used to be completely antisocial, not talking with anyone.
Wow.
And my phone getting like, you know, the airplane mode and stuff like that. So yeah, I've done that. And before I was prepping to go to London, I was a bit in my antisocial mode, yeah.
So, who's most fun to be with on the set? Is Karan Wahi, is it Vivan Batena, or is it Mr. Grover?
Undoubtedly, apart from our director, he's the most entertaining because he makes us laugh out a lot. You won't imagine, you just need to visit.
But amongst your co-stars?
My co-stars, actually all of them. The way how one term...
Don't be diplomatic now.
How Gulshan Grover says, it's like so...
Yeah, he's quite a character, no?
Yeah, Gulshan Grover also makes me like laugh. And then Vivan and Karan, both of them actually. They both are very
You're
good.
being damn diplomatic.
No. What
But you know, I'll have to say one thing, is that the casting was perfect. I mean, you know that they're brothers, you know, and that is fantastic, the way they've done it. So, you know, you went to England, was it all just work? I mean, you know, London is so beautiful, the United Kingdom is so beautiful. Didn't you guys get to hang out and, you know?
Actually, my character, I didn't get much time also, and I made it like that because I didn't want it to purposely like hang out.
Sure.
All I did was shopping in tits and bits, and whenever I used to go out for shopping, I used to pick up like 10 pairs of shoes.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then by the end of the shoot, it became like 80,
so production had excess baggage.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, सबका ये था कि चलो हमारा baggage कम है पर उर्वशी का आने वाला है.
Oh God. Yeah.
But you know what, when you shoot abroad ना, ये it's a myth. Say everyone thinks कि you know what, बहुत time मिलता होगा. But you know when you're shooting abroad, you
have no time
at all.
You have no time at all.
Because you know you have to shoot 12 hours, then go 7 o'clock shift. You get up at 4 o'clock, come back to the hotel room around 8 or 9. तो आपको time मिलता नहीं है. So the only thing when you get back, the only thing you want to do is like go to sleep because वापस सुबह उठो and all.
You're just so tired.
Don't feel like don't feel like.
Yeah. So
and also the most important point is because you want to give your best the other day. Like
So without giving too much of the story away, what is your character? I know she's a model, and what does she go through? Because I know that you know that you have a relationship with Karan, and then something goes drastically wrong. So just some plot points without giving too much away.
Just the most important thing is that she's a supermodel. She is very strong, confident, as I already said, independent, and she's very real, vulnerable.
Which must be so easy for you to do because you've done so much modeling, and you continue to.
Yes, that is something which was really useful, and I'm happy. I'm glad that because not many times you get to play such kind of roles.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I totally agree.
Actresses, they don't get to play supermodel.
Yeah.
Which are the other films in which Indian actresses have played supermodel?
Just mother's fashion. Otherwise, no. That's it. That's
my God. Then that's great. I think I'm lucky to play a supermodel. But apart from that, when it comes to the emotions and her journey, the parts and the scenes of her life, yes, there is a lot of emotional breakdowns and a lot of emotions which I had to go through, and like obviously with the guidance of my director, and then I feel that those were most challenging, and it is one of the most exhausting film of my life. I've never worked in such exhausting films. Yeah,
fantastic. Okay,
and then first of all, it's my first thriller film, so
yeah,
exactly.
Correct.
I've never been part
Chill
of
a
that
minute,
genre.
thrill a minute.
So I'm the new one in this, but he's a master in it.
Yeah, he's a master in it, and this franchise is obviously going to continue. I mean, he's doing so well.
Yeah, I think Bhushan ji has told me like Vishal till 50 to karna. I go, sir. But you know what? It's fun to do thriller. If you know the heartbeat of thriller, you can play with it, and I'm very happy that somewhere I'm catching that thing now.
No, I mean you've got the right amount of sensuality, you've got the right amount of thrills and chills, and the murder, which is always there.
Yeah.
And of course the music. Yeah.
Music
so it's fabulous. Yeah. You met PC, you met Priyanka Chopra. I mean, both of you are such great ambassadors for us internationally.
Thank you.
Globally.
So
what was the conversation about?
Priyanka Chopra, not much of a work conversation, but just like a normal hi hello, and I'm really proud of her, the kind of work she's doing, and she has taken India to such a great and the biggest level. She is a great representation, and
you're working out like a beast. Some of these videos that you put with you hanging upside down and this and that. What are these kind of workouts that you do?
I think I'd thank my spouse.
Soon all the men are going to have a problem with you because you have all these wonderful six-pack abs with all your workouts.
Because the way, of course, not about the workout, but when on the set, she's like full on. Because I have seen other guys also. एक होता ना कि one में चलना यार, and she's like there's a one incident happened when we were shooting Aashik Banaya Apne. She gave like 48 takes, okay?
Wow.
And not a single take जो उन्होंने किया was because of her. It's only because of a dancer. Okay, they were not the rehearsed नहीं किया था. And but 48 take दिया and इनका every take was like the first take.
Oh, thank you
Full
so much.
energetic.
Thanks
It
a
was
lot.
like superb.
I can beat Ranveer Singh in energy anytime.
Yo! I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah.
So, what do you tell all these young divas, young beauty contest, personality contest girls who come from small towns? Look
See,
at you. You came
okay,
from a small
so
town.
I'll be
You made such a wonderful career for yourself. Yeah.
I think I have a lot more to
Sure,
achieve. But I'll be very honest and can I be a little bit rude and honest and truthful?
Of course.
So a lot of divas, I know you look up to me. All I want to say is when I participated in Miss Universe India, my other pageants, I didn't participate with a perspective or an agenda to be an actress. This is something which has happened. But these days when they participate for international contest and they are representing our country, India, they want to become Bollywood actress first and then they don't feel
Yeah,
like,
correct.
giving out more to their pageant, which is extremely important when you're representing your country. There is so much to learn, to know about the world affairs, what's happening, and be so knowledgeable, and beauty with a heart, I would say.
Lovely.
So yeah, that's what they need to focus on.
that.
Do not participate in beauty pageant. Oh, मुझे Bollywood actress बनना है तो इस करके नहीं. Participate only in the beauty pageant, thinking of winning and representing your country beautifully internationally.
How would you like to reimagine India? What is the India that you visualize? Some people say they visualize what Gandhiji had said. Some people say, no, I want an India which is employment. So how would you like to reimagine India?
I would say obviously a lot of employment, education, because if every girl needs to be educated, because girl or a woman is the foundation of the family. If she's very well educated, she'll raise her kids like that. And I think education is the most powerful weapon in the world. So yeah, education is something which I would really focus on, and then awareness, social awareness, and ignorance is something which I really do not like. Yeah, that's some things in free. I want India to be a free country.
What's on your iPhone? What's on your phone? What music?
What music I have?
What do you have?
I
This
have
is a lovely
obviously I
phone
have
cover.
Aashik Banaya and all every single thing, and then I have Marshmallow and Major Ali's and
Your
Zayn
friends.
Maliks and,
Lovely.
song.
Urvashi Rautela, I can't wait to see you in Hate Story 4. Thank you so much for rolling by.
Thanks a lot.
Buddy, big fan of your movies. I can't wait to watch Hate Story 4. All the best, Vishal. Thank you for rolling by. Cheers.